Jerod, would you say that minute 83 of Home Alone is sort of like this intermediate, like a rest between more antics in a way? If we're charting out like the fun or the violence or the excitement, we had a pretty noticeable spike in minute 82, and now 83 is sort of like a playground slide into like what will eventually be the next beat in a way.
It is a bridge.
A tunnel, maybe.
Great word. If you think about the house as a cell, and we're headed towards the nucleus, we're about to enter through what is a cellular and semi-permeable membrane. Right? We're...
Harry, I'm coming in.
And, of course, he says that just after Harry decides himself to come in. So there's this one step backward, two steps forward that we're seeing here, where they've both physically been within the bounds of the home already, and are now, in this minute, back outside, and one has now fully committed to being in. So maybe there's this hesitance that we see.
Which one of Harry and Marv is MC Skat Cat?
I'm going to say Harry because he walks by that atrocious fruit art in the hallway. Before we get too deep into Skat Cat lore, would you care to put your signature spin on the summary of this minute?
You know, I'm happy to do it. But this minute is, it's got a lot of sort of like subtle mini beats in it. I'll break it down for everyone. We see Marv leave the basement. We see an egress, as you alluded to earlier. And right when he closes the door to leave, he slips and falls on the ice again. Very funny. We go back to Harry. He's kind of tapping on his burnt head and doing some very dramatic, like, ooh, 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 ooh. And then he amps himself up and he charges through the door. Blowtorch falls down. Where are you, you little creep? And then we're back to Marv. He climbs up the stairs. He goes around to the front and he spots an open window. And that's how he decides he's going to get in. And then we go back to Harry, who's approached the door. We hear Kevin from the other side kind of taunting him. Oh no, I'm really scared. It's too late for you, kid. We're already in the house. We're going to get you. And that's about where our minute ends, as we see Kevin sort of readying the fan plus feather trap.
And minute.
That's the 60 seconds we're dealing with today.
I would say that is a tactical but great summary.
There's a lot of moments to break down. We have a lot of shots, a lot of setups. This was a tricky shoot, this minute, for production.
Well, and it has some Kevin in it, but it's very much centered around these wet bandits.
Yes.
Which, I'm curious, do you have new realizations about the wet bandits 83 minutes into this analysis?
I do have some small things that I noticed in this minute that maybe I've either forgotten or I just actually never clocked before. Most of them are Marv-centric, if you'll allow that. The opening shot of this minute where he's leaving the basement is a gorgeous shot. Like the camera's on the floor.
Yep.
He's walking away from it. He closes the door and then you just hear him fall again. He has like a little, what? And the crowbar clangs again.
It is a comedic callback.
It's a really good one. And it's a moment of this movie that like I didn't have committed to memory. It kind of surprised me watching it again this time around.
Ooh, this is really interesting. Okay, this is a key moment in our complementary nature, if I'm to be optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot about that moment. Like that, because again, like I say, it's a comedic callback. It's like a little putting a finer point on a previous moment.
Yeah, it's a musical flourish. It's a refrain.
And you see his shadow sort of drop from like, just in every way, both like sonically, visually, timing, length, duration, like it's all much smaller version of what happened before. Like in every way you can.
Shout out Raja for cutting away from it at the exact right frame.
Yeah, so I find it really interesting because for all the things that I had lost and you had been savoring, this is a moment where I'm like, oh,
this detail means a lot to you. That one. We are different people who love the same movie.
Yeah, this one is a like pearl deeply within my shell.
So I just love that shot, that super low angle shot of him leaving. I love him falling. If we can stay on Marv so I can keep appreciating things about the performance and the character and what he's going through. When we get
old shoeless Joe Jackson.
Well, speaking of, so one thing he gets the next time we see Marv is when he's made his way to the top of the stairwell, and it's clearly been a struggle for him, which I think is a really good performance from DS here, where you get the impression that it took a lot out of him to get to the top of these stairs. And something, again, that I don't think I've ever noticed before is that the crowbar's in his mouth. He's had to just resign himself to holding the crowbar in his mouth because he probably needed both hands to, find his bearings against the wall. And there's this subtle but perceptible move of him getting the crowbar back into his hand out of his mouth once he reaches the top that I really love.
I'm jealous of. When I see good acting, it is something that is very simple and very natural, but it's very difficult to do, right? Because he's embodying what Harry is experiencing in this moment, which is, I need both hands to climb up here and grab onto everything. So where do I put my crowbar? Do I put it in my pocket?
Right.
Do I put it in my mouth? Those aren't even really conscious choices, right? He's just doing what all of the acting classes won't help you do. And it's stripping it all back and embodying the actual experience of what this person in this universe is experiencing.
Well, and you alluded last week to the casting conflicts that they had, where they had Daniel Stern, then there was some sort of money dispute or something, and he went away. They brought in some other guy, and it just wasn't quite working. And then they made that call to pay him what he's worth, and what a great investment that was. And it's really paying off in the last 3 minutes or so. As he keeps making that journey, and it's so funny, how many times have we seen these two guys go from the back to the front of this house? We should have had a count, but I think we're on our fourth journey from the back to the front of the house, or vice versa. But as he's making his way over there, he's got such a convincing limp.
I was actually going to mention that part of that high ROI is this action, which I would name maybe a C-level band name, which is Snow Gimp.
That's a variant of a Pulp Fiction action figure you can get. He's dressed in a powder blue. Lives in an igloo. But yeah, there's the physicality of it. I mean, of course, Home Alone is famous for the stunt work, but this is Daniel Stern being a burglar who just stepped on a nail and climbed up a set of icy stairs, feeling all those things that someone would feel, but also physically feeling all the things that person would feel. And taking such a simple action, hey, you go from this top of the stairwell over here to this window, and imbuing it with character and richness. It's great.
Well, because he's not lifeless, and he's not capital A acting.
Yeah, he's
right. It's not over the top. It's not cartoony even, which would be fine in this film, but it's not that. And it's not nonchalant either. He is.
I'm sure we sound naive, the same way when we're going, well, how do they do that for a lot of the practical effects and stuff? And prop master people are like, oh, come on, that's simple. I'm sure all of the actors listening to us are going it's just acting, guys. That's what acting is. But it's really good acting, is it not? It's great.
Well, I think anyone who is, there's a lot of connotations to the word talent or the word skill or how we talk about those things. But anyone who is exceptionally good at what they do will downplay it because they've forgotten the perspective of how much experience they've actually developed. And then people who aren't as good at whatever that is will dismiss it out of envy. So you're never really going to get anyone admitting how good someone is at the thing that, like I say, is simple, because it's just turning it off and being someone else. It's simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah, I think we're looking at a masterful performance here.
Agreed.
We both like this movie. It's true. It's true. Can I pick a bone with my favorite movie?
You know what? Let's poll the audience.
Okay. We'll come back next week. Okay.
And we're back.
And we're back. How was your week, Jerod?
I collected some rainwater.
Interesting. Huh. I gave away all my rainwater.
Home Alone of the Magi.
Here's my bone. We've polled the audience and they've agreed that I can...
how gracious. Can we just go ahead and say, how gracious an audience we have?
Stephen, thank you for chiming in. Go Avalanche. Avs, maybe, as you might call them.
Are they the Avalanches?
No, they are...
Or are they collectively the Avalanche?
They are one of few singular noun professional sports teams.
They are in an adjacent bucket to teams like the Maple Leafs,
who have taken on their
pluralized
own
singular word.
Yes, but you've got the Avalanche, you've got the Lightning, you've got the Oklahoma
Jazz?
Thunder, you've got the Jazz, you have the
Atlanta Brave. We are the Atlanta Brave.
You have the rare Seattle Kraken, in that they're not the Krakens. They are one singular sea creature.
Help me with my cryptozoology here. Kraken has tentacles?
Something like that, yeah.
So the members of the team would be the tentacles.
I guess so, yeah. Or one of them is the beak, or the multiple hearts.
Or the laser appendage.
Yes, the Seattle Laser Kraken. Okay.
Laser Kraken I saw open for Snow Gimp a couple of years back.
I love their Christmas album. Which...
So sorry, pick that bone.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure that's a joke that the dad on My So-Called Life says. And I just want to make sure that no one thinks that I said that off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure I stole that from Claire Danes' MTV dad. I could be wrong. It's been a while. Here's my bone. As Marv is walking towards that window, we get a good shot of his feet, and there is no tar on these feet. There's tar on the feet as he's leaving the basement. Are you insisting that I believe that the time it took him to climb those stairs and walk across, let's say, 20 feet of snow, all the tar has washed away? No, not buying it.
You yourself said that there was quite a struggle for him to get up the stairs.
Yes.
I would also say that there's a difference between no tar on his feet and no visible large amounts of tar in the angle that we're looking at them.
He's like those nice cigarettes. He's got low tar.
He's got low tar.
I saw them open up for Snow Gimp on their second tour.
I would actually think that, similar to our knee-cracking speculation from last week, we're like really assessing the way his body is moving through this space. But as he drags himself up over these stairs, he would almost be scraping the edge of his feet against what is a pretty like boxy corner of these stairs that he's going up. So it could be that he just has like a pad of tar that's underneath and like a lot of the edge has gone off.
I mean, I paused it. We get a pretty clear look at the bottom of each foot, and each foot is pretty clean.
I don't know if this is in the commentary or not, but is this one of the places where he has the rubber feet?
I think these are his real feet.
Okay. Admittedly, that has not much to do with the tar piece we're talking about, but just a curiosity.
In a movie that's thought of all the details, to have this one not nailed like Marv's foot, it's just, I mean, it sours my whole thing. I'm really questioning why we're doing this podcast.
So is Steven.
Steven sent me a kind message that we missed a week due to travel and scheduling, and Steven was kind enough to reach out and express his wishes for more podcast. And I had to apologize and commit to change. Steven, here we are.
We can be better.
Yeah, I acknowledge how my actions have harmed you.
I'm coming in.
Well, to switch gears to Harry.
Whoa. Okay, I'm ready now.
Okay. When he emerges with his burnt out head, we get more very Looney Tunes-esque facial expressions and noises and grunts from him. And I think they are great. I like that he and Daniel Stern are both willing to be that outlandish in their performance. And I like that whole CC gave him permission to be that big in these moments. I also love the smoke coming off of his head.
Yes.
This whole minute. It's good stuff.
I, too, thoroughly enjoy these Yoda grunts. Because it's somewhat top of mind, I'll ask on this one. To me, this one is a buried deep but frequent pull for me as well, this sort of Yoda grunt moment. Does it have the same staying power with you?
Meaning like the noises that he's making kind of like are stuck in your head?
Sorry. I mean, hearkening back to the callback earlier, like that moment, you said for you wasn't really something that you remembered or really stuck in your head.
Yeah, it's not an iconic beat of the movie for me.
Yeah, would you say this one is a bit more?
Yeah,
okay.
For sure. And even, I know we're seeing it again, but when we have that shot of Marv, facing the camera, like right in front of him, very Wes Anderson-y, like just centered, it's looking at the camera, and you still have that imprint of the iron that's endured. I think that's a great choice. Tar on the feet aside, I think that's one of the things that works about this movie is that they don't ever get to reset. Like the injuries kind of build up as they make their way through the house.
They're collecting them, right?
Yeah. And we don't forget them, which means that they haven't forgotten them either.
That's good. I haven't quite thought of it in that way. It's a good visual way to signal to us the things that their characters would continue to feel, but we might have forgotten about.
A couple weeks ago, we had the conversation of like what prop you would like from the movie and what sort of obscure, deep cut kind of memorabilia would be really fun to have. And I think having one of those framed pictures of the fruit on the wall would be a really delightful touch in your guest bathroom or something.
That goes way more, not subtle, I think discreet is maybe the word, than what I was thinking, which was the burned hat.
Yeah, burned hat is Planet Hollywood, Smithsonian level stuff, but somebody out there's got that framed fruit picture. It seems like it's a set of 4 too.
I was about to say, yeah,
if I got all 4, set. I'd spread them out. You'd have 2, I'd have 2. One would be in the house, one would be at school, maybe my classroom. What's up with that fruit?
Not to get too many minutes ahead, but maybe that's your turtle dove.
It's quite a few minutes ahead. Would you, if you stumbled upon it, if it was a reasonable eBay purchase and you just landed on it, would you go through the trouble of rematting it with a screenshot from the movie below it so you don't have to explain it to anyone? Or would you just let it come up organically if anyone asks?
It's context dependent. If it's in my home, it's as is.
I agree. But in the studio, maybe.
Yeah. If it's in your studio, in an office, anything like that, where you might not have the luxury of being around people that have a greater context, and you also care a bit more about the impression you make. You need some shorthands. But at home, like if that's going on a wall where I reside, it's as is. I'm not even getting a new frame for it.
Oh yeah, I mean
it has to be.
If it's in like the original like movie frame, I'm keeping that.
I'm going to put forward one modification for your approval.
Okay.
UV glass.
Got to protect it.
I think I'm saving the original glass somewhere.
Safe deposit box.
Yeah, so that I do have all the original parts.
Mm-hmm. Naturally.
You know, if you have a vintage guitar and you've replaced one of the knobs or pots or pickups or something, but you have the original in the case.
You've got the original pickups in a coffee can somewhere in the basement.
Right.
You can put them right back in. Yeah.
Then it's proper stock.
Yeah, you get to put it right back on Craigslist at the ridiculous original parts price.
Right. So I'm keeping that glass somewhere for that kind of thing. Not that I would ever sell it, but maybe just to make sure that I can properly insure it for its real value.
We need to, whether we have a song specifically about the framed fruit or not, it should at least be the cover of like a single or something.
Ooh, that is good. And I like that some folks will know about that way ahead of time. Similar to some other things that I think have come up on this podcast that became parts of our last batch.
Yeah, I definitely think that we wouldn't have had Axel the Spider on the cover of our latest EP, I guess is what we put out. The Bring Me Back Something French EP.
Yeah.
I think he was sort of like a podcast conversation.
Yeah. I know Buzz Rebel was.
The word, the term Buzz Rebel came from us chatting about this. Came.
Yeah, is this too much of a peek behind the curtain?
I think it would be too much for them to know that we recorded all of those songs bottomless. It was a real Winnie the Pooh situation.
I like my bandmates like I like my mimosas. Oh no, I'm really scared.
The way that he just falls for it. I mean, it really is like it really is a Bad Bunny's playing the Super Bowl kind of moment. Hey, Bad Bunny's playing the Super Bowl. What? No! It's like, oh man, you're really going to fall for that? Okay.
You didn't even hear the tone in my voice.
Have you not been?
I made it real obvious.
I just blowtorched your head. You think I'm behind this door just sitting in the corner waiting for you?
I let out all my good stuff up top and now I'm scared.
Oh no, I'm really scared.
With some convincing, I would believe that that's a poorly delivered line, but I will go the generous route and say, no, I think it's very perfectly delivered as a sarcastic 8-year-old.
Absolutely. And it's Macaulay Culkin playing Kevin, who's playing scared. So we're in a second level of performance. He's acting as someone who's acting.
I like that the second syllable of Kev-in overlaps with inception.
Yes.
And what you're talking about is Kev-inception?
Yes. In the minute where Harry has made his way into the house and sees it as a good thing. But as Paula Abdul will tell us, 2 steps forward, 1 step beyond the specials. Wait, is that the specials? Oh.
Do you think that the Wet Bandits are the spiritual successor to the Stray Mob?
Madness, not the specials. I'm sorry, ska fans. What was your question? Are the Wet Bandits the Goody Mob?
Ooh, very different question. Are the Wet Bandits the spiritual successors to the Stray Mob?
I don't know what that is.
MC Skat Cat?
Was he a member of the Stray Mob?
That's his gang.
You win the
Paula Abdul trivia.
The MC Skat Cat lore off because I only know of his existence and you know what crew he runs with.
The Sticky Bandits.
What's their name again, just for my sake? The Stray Mob?
This absolutely could be a false memory, but I believe it to be the Stray Mob.
Okay, well, I'm going to give it a Google while we're here.
Oh, do you have any left for today?
Yeah. I'm on a trial membership of Google Unlimited. So,
dude,
I know, right?
Oh, I'll send you a couple that my mom wrote down for me.
You are correct. MC Skat Cat's rap was written and performed by Derek Stevens, although Romani Malco, who did the majority of the writing for the MC Skat Cat and the Stray Mob album, is often mistakenly credited for being the voice on the rap on Opposites Attract, a story perpetuated by Abdul herself.
Not to be confused with the fictional husband of a witch, Darren Stevens.
Yes.
If you say it too fast, people will be like, who are you talking about?
Can I share with you the rest of the Stray Mob?
Please.
There's MC Skat Cat. There's Fats, Fatz, Taboo, Maestro, Leo, Kathleen, and Silk.
In which do you see the most of yourself?
I'm more of a maestro, I think, but I'll get back to you after I take the BuzzFeed quiz. The Adventures of MC Skat Cat and the Stray Mob was hailed as the least essential album of the 1990s by the AV Club.
That's some musical elitism.
Well, of course it is.
That's some snobbery right there. Just over the plate snobbery.
They may have a point, though.
Have you listened to it?
I haven't, to be fair.
Okay. Well, way to perpetuate.
You know what? Let's make sure that's everyone's homework for the week is listen to MC Skat Cat and the Stray Mob. The album is streaming. It's 12 songs, 50 minutes. And get back to us. Email us at mcskatcat at verygmail.com.
Yeah, and feel free to check in with us over the next about year, because the next 50 minutes will be dedicated to
the Stray Mob Minute.
Maybe it's a sister podcast.
What's that? We got to
put it in the same feed? There's a lot of admin questions.
We got to start a network now. It's on the
Ham network for sure. You're listening to a Snow Gimp production.